Good morning to everyone. So, in the previous video, dear student, we had already completed our syllabus for class 8th max, isn't it? Our syllabus is completed. So, from today onwards, we are going to do the revision. Clear? So, for the first, starting from the first chapter, that is a rational number. So, dear student, what do you mean by rational number? You people had already studied what is a rational number. If any number is in the form of a by b or p by q or x upon y, any alphabet, okay, when the number is in this form, it is called a rational number in two condition. What will be the two condition? That its numerator and denominator, that means the value of a by b, p by q, whatever, okay, it should be integers. What is that the number will be? It should be integers, and integers should be positive integers can also possible, or negative integers can also be possible. Second conditions, its denominator value never be 0. That means b value is not equals to 0, q value will not be equals to 0, y value will not be equals to 0. That means, it in short I can say that a number in the form of a by b is said to be a rational number when a upon b, that means numerator and denominator value should be integers. Integers can be positive integer or negative integers. Okay. Second condition, denominator never be 0. That means the value of denominator will never become 0. Clear? So, but the value of numerator can be 0 because we are talking about an integer, isn't it? That's why. So, in this way, we can define the rational number. Clear, student? Under the rational number, four properties mainly it comes, that is rational number under addition, rational number under multiplication, rational number under division, isn't it? So, this four category will come for the rational number as a property. So, under addition, many properties will come like closure property, associative property, commutative property, additive property, isn't it? Then this kind of properties comes under the addition. In the same way, for the subtraction, closure, associative, then commutative, and under multiplication again associative, closure, communication, multiplicative identity, inverse identity, isn't it? So all these properties will come under the multiplication, and in the same way for the division also. So dear student, one by one we are going to see this. Okay, so we are not going to see the properties in details. Directly we will have a revision of exercise 1.1. So here in this question they said that using appropriate property, find the value of the numbers. So you have to use the appropriate property to in order to find it, isn't it? So what we have to do over here, we have to use appropriate property. Now you will ask me, teacher, if we will going to solve without using the property, then what will be happen? So dear student, if you are going to solve the question without using the property, your answer will come same, but the marks may be deducted. Yes, your marks will be deducted, half of marks will be deducted, or 1 marks will be deducted, depends on us. Okay, so why it is so? Why we will deduct the marks? Because in the question it is clearly said that you have to use the property, that's why it will be deducted. Clear? So what you have to do, student, you have to use the property, then only you have to solve. Clear? So let's see. Using appropriate property, find minus 2 by 3 into 3 by 5 plus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 5 into 1 by 6. So dear student, first we are going to see the associative property. So what is associative property? Under addition, that will be a plus b bracket plus c is equals to, isn't it, a plus bracket b plus c. This is the associative property under addition. Then similarly, associative property under multiplication, under subtraction, under division we will see, but there is a difference in the sign. The sign will be changed. Suppose addition property for a multiplication, that is a into b bracket into c is equals to a into b into c, like this. So using the property of multiplication, we are going to solve this part of the question. Clear everyone? So let's start. So dear student, first step is that we have to arrange the datas. we have to arrange the data in such a way that it will become the same. Clear? So we have to arrange the data. How to arrange the data? That is minus 2 by 3 into 3 by 5 plus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 5 into 1 by 6. Okay, so what you have to do is we have to arrange the data in such a way that it will be looks like that we are using the associative property. Okay, so what we are going to do over here, minus 2 by 3 into 3 by 5 plus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 5 into 1 by 6. So what we are going to do over here, minus 2 by 3 into 3 by 5 as it is, then the last two numbers we are going to write over here. So minus 3 by 5 into 1 by 6, then what is the number is left? That is plus 5 by 2. So dear student, this data these numbers we have to write first. So these two are in the form of a pair, and in that 3 by 5 is a common, isn't it? We are going to take, because it is same, so we can take it as a common. So taking that number as a common, what is left at? That is minus 2 by 3 minus, what is the number? 1 by 6 plus 5 by 2. This is the number left out, isn't it? Then after this number left out, what we are going to do is, either you can take the LCM or can do the cross multiplication. You will get this required answer over here. Clear up to here? Then, so solving this part of the equation, we will get as 3 by 5 into that means a number which is inside the bracket, that number. Okay, minus 5 by 6 plus 5 by 2. Clear? Since it is into, it can be get cancelled, 1 by 3 and 5 1. 1 it will be get cancelled. So what is number we are having? 1 by, this is 2 times, isn't it? So 1 by 2 plus 5 by 2. Now since the denominator is same, so the no need of taking the LCM, we can directly solve it. That is minus 1 plus 5 by 2, isn't it? So minus 1 plus 5 will be how much? It will be 4 plus 4 by 2. So it will be cancelled and we will get the answer as 2. So clear everyone up to here? Next part of this question will be 2 by 5 into 3 minus 3 by 7 into minus 1 by 6 into 3 by 2 plus 1 by 14 into 2 by 5. This is the number we are having. Now we have to use the associative property and distributive property both. How to use the associative property? So we are having 2 by 3 into minus 3 by 5 plus, here we are going to arrange the numbers, isn't it? So arranging the numbers, what we are having, student, we have to, as we had arranged the numbers in the question number 1, in the same way we are going to arrange. So after arranging 2 by 5 into minus 3 by 7, the minus sign either can put in the numerator or denominator, it is having the same value. Then last two numbers will be first, so plus 1 by 14 into 2 by 5, then this number we are going to keep, that is 1 by 6 plus into 3 by 2. Now in this 2, making the pair of this 2, here 2 by 5 and 2 by 5 is common, so we are going to take 2 by 5 as a common. So what is the number left out? That is minus 3 by 7 plus 1 by 14. Yes, 1 by 14. Clear? Then minus 1 by 6 into 3 by 2. So from here it will be get cancelled, isn't it? So we are having left out the number as 1 by 4, like this. Clear up to here? So after that we are having 1 by 4 at the last. What is the number we are having now? We are having 2 by 5 into minus 3 by 7 plus 1 by 14 in minus 1 by 4. This is the number. Now can take the LCM. So while taking the LCM of 7 and 14, we will get 14 as an answer, 14 as an LCM. So while solving, you know everyone how to solve the LCM, isn't it? So what is the number actual left out is, that is minus 5 by 14 minus 1 by 4. This step will be left out. Okay, now can cancel it by the table of 2. So here it will be get cancelled by 7 times and 2 will be 1 times. So 5 will be 1 times. So what is minus 1 by 7 minus 1 by 4 is left out. Again taking the LCM, it will be 28 minus 4 minus 7. Everybody know how to take the LCM, isn't it? That's why I'm not telling you how to take the LCM. So minus 4 minus 7 upon 28 will be there. So what will be? Minus 11 by 28 is the answer. What is the answer, student? That answer we are going to solve minus 7 minus 4 upon 28. So it will be, while adding minus minus plus, isn't it? So 7 plus 4 will be 11. Sign will be minus. So minus 11 upon 28 is the answer for this. So in this way you have to solve the question number 1. Now let's see for question number 2. What we are having for the question number 2? Write the additive inverse of each of the following, that is 2 by 8 minus 5 by 9 minus 6 upon minus 5, 2 upon minus 9, 19 upon minus 6. So what is additive inverse? So let's see first the definition of additive inverse. We know that additive inverse of rational number a upon b is minus a by b. It means, student, that whatever the number we are having in additive inverse, what do you mean by additive inverse? Additive inverse, suppose we are having 6 upon 8. Okay, so the answer will be in the form of negative. If we are having negative 6 upon minus 6 upon 8, the answer will be plus 6 upon 8. Only the sign will changed in this question. So additive inverse of 2 by 8 is minus 2 by 8. Additive inverse of minus 5 by 9 is 5 by 9. Additive inverse of minus 6 upon minus 5. So here in the numerator and denominator both where sign is what? Negative. Look, here in this third question, minus 6 by 5 minus 6 minus 5 is there. Minus 6 upon minus 5. So minus and minus will become plus. So the question is in the form of positive. So answer for the additive inverse will be minus 6 by 5. Clear up to here? That's why the answer is in the form of minus 6 by 5. Additive inverse of 2 by minus 9 is, since the negative sign is present in the numerator, it will be goes to the denominator. Then it will be additive inverse will become plus, that will be 2 by 9. Then additive inverse of 19 upon minus 6, that will be 19 by 6. So clear up to here, student? So hope you people understood this question. This is just a revision. Our syllabus is already completed. So if any doubt is there, can ask me. Thank you everyone.